Exercise 6-20. All right. Assume that AB Tire Store completed the following perpetual inventory transactions for a line of tires. And we want to compute cost of goods sold using FIFO, LIFO. And we are not doing number 3 because we're not going to do weighted average. And then we'll talk about number 4. All right, so we're actually going to calculate cost of goods sold, gross profit, and I'm going to say ending inventory as well. So we get them all in there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this over and then we'll just make this big. All right, so I'm going to pause while I copy it over. Okay, so I copied over the basic information and we're going to do FIFO and LIFO. And I went ahead and set the card so y'all don't have to watch me do that forever. You know, I'll post these notes, so you could, if you want to, copy and paste these into your notes to get started working problems out. All right, so May 1st, we're going to do FIFO first. So May 1st, we had a beginning balance of 16 units at $65. Okay. I should have made these dollars. And same here. And same here. So you had to watch me do a little bit. But anyway. All right. And then remember, draw a line under that because that transaction is over. All right. Then May 11th, we purchased 10 at $78. All right. So when you come over here to the inventory balance, you need to pull down the 16 first. All right, and then put in the 10 at 78. And then draw a line. Okay, then I sold 12. All right, you do not have to write anything here. I just like to write it, so I've got it over here on this down here on the card that I'm looking at. I got in that habit because sometimes I couldn't see the numbers above. So this is how I chose to do it. Okay, so now we're doing FIFO, first in, first out. So when I go to sell something, I'm going to pull from the inventory that I first had. So I'm going to pull it out of these 16 units. So it's 16. So we take, oh, we only sold 12. Hello. So we take the 12 out of the 16. So we only need 12. And we use this cost right here of 65. All right. I want you to notice up here, they put this $88. This is the retail sales price. All right. And so is this one right here. This is also the retail. We want to make sure on the inventory card that we pick up the actual cost. Okay. So this comes from there. All right. So then you come over here to the balance. Well, you've taken 12 out of 16. So I have 4 left at 65. And I still have my 10 at 78. And then draw a line under it all. Okay, May 26th, I purchased 14 at $80. So then I come over here. I have to bring my 4 down first. Then the 10. And then I add in the 14 at 80. And draw a line under it all. All right, May 29th, I sold 18. All right, so first in, first out. I start with the inventory that I first had. So I'm going to do the 4 at 65. The full 10 at 78, so it gives me 14, and then I need 4 more at 80. All right, so this comes from here. The 78 comes from here, and the 80. All right, so then left, these 4 are gone, the 10 are gone, and then 4 of the 14 are gone. So I have 4 left at 80. All right, and then that card is done. It's the end of the month. All right, this right here, this is my ending inventory. That goes on the balance sheet as a current asset. All right, this adds up. And this will be my cost of goods sold. So I sum up these. Okay, and then they want us to calculate, we've got cost of goods sold, we have any inventory, and they want us to calculate gross profit. Okay, so our sales were, here are our retail sales prices. We had 12 at 88 and 18 at 88. So our sales are 12 times 88 plus 18 times $88. I could have done 30 times 88, but sometimes the retail sales price might change. All right, so 12, well, I'm just going to do 30. All right, so there are my sales minus cost of goods sold. So my gross profit is $500. Okay. I'll make this bold too. All right, now we need to do the same thing, but under LIFO. Okay, I'm just going to copy this over so we can see it more easy. All right, it's all the same thing. All right, so May 1st, we had a beginning inventory of 16 at 65, and draw a line under it. Then May 11th, we purchased 10 at 78. All right, bring down the other inventory first, then add in the 10. Then May 23rd, I sold 12. All right, so it's last in, first out. So I'm going to pull from my most recent purchase. So I'm going to do the 10 at 78, and then I still need 2 more. So they're going to come from the 16 at 65. Okay, so this came from here. And the 65 came from here. All right, and now the 16, the 10 are gone, and the 16, I got rid of 2 of them, so I still have 14 at 65. May 26th, I purchased 14 at 80. So I need to bring the 14 down that I currently have in there, and then add the 14 that I bought for $80. And then May 29th, I sold 18 of them. Okay, so last in, first out. So I'm going to do the 14 at 80 first. And then I need 4 more, and they're going to come from the beginning, that 14 that I had originally at 65. All right, so this 14 is completely gone, and then 4 of that one. So I've got 10 left. I did something wrong somewhere. I've got 10 left at 65. I'm going to come up here and double check. Let's see what I had. I had 16 plus 10 minus 12 plus 14 minus 18. So how many should I have? I should have 10. So that one's right. This one's wrong over here. Well, let me finish this one, and then we'll go back and look at that one. Okay. So 65 comes from there. 80 comes from here. All right, and then draw a line underneath it. Oh my gosh. What is happening? Okay, draw a line underneath that. And we're basically done. So I'm going to get rid of these things. This is my ending inventory. This is my cost of goods sold. I'm going to sum up the column. Okay, my sales. I don't know what I keep hitting on my little scroll mouse pad thing. All right, my sales stay the same. They're $26.40 minus cost of goods sold. And that equals $49.30. I'm sorry. $350. And that's my gross profit. Okay, let's go together over here back to FIFO and see what I did wrong, because I should have the same number of units in my ending inventory regardless of the method that I use. Okay, and over here I have 4, and I know that's not right. All right, I think it's supposed to be 14 minus 4 equals 10. So that's the only thing that's wrong. All right, so thank goodness that fixed it. Okay, so what you need to notice now is that since cost of goods sold, if you look at the two cost of goods sold under FIFO is lower because it has older costs in it. Cost of goods sold under LIFO is higher because prices are rising, and then the cost included in there are higher. Since the costs are higher, then gross profit is lower, and net income would also end up being lower. Okay, you guys, be sure and text me if you have any questions. You need to know how to do this for the test.